It's 8 a.m. from Fox 35. This is Good Day Orlando.
And why cutting milk out of your diet could actually be a bad thing. We've got that story with our in-house doc straight ahead. There's a live look with our Amway camera. Welcome back to Good Day Orlando. Time now is 8:41. On to the Health Watch. Many women are cutting dairy out of their diets to lose weight, but that's not necessarily the healthiest thing to do. Dr. Brahmbhatt joining us in studio to explain why. Dr. B, good morning. Good to see you.
How are you?
All right, let's talk about this. Why is cutting out dairy altogether a bad idea?
Well, there's so many fad diets out there right now. I've had so many people tell me, oh, you should cut out dairy out of your diet, which sounds like a great idea, and if you want to do it, you can, but make sure you're doing it with someone like a doctor or a nutritionist, because cutting out dairy is not the problem. It's the vitamins and the supplements that you may lose out on. And in this case, it's very important to maintain your calcium and vitamin D intake, because calcium and vitamin D are very important for a lot of things in your body, but most importantly, especially in women, it's for bone health. So you may not see changes today, but 10, 20, 30 years from now, you may notice that your bones are going to be a lot weaker, and that is going to be detrimental to your health.
Okay, so what kind of dairy should we be keeping in our diet to make sure that we get enough dairy, enough vitamin D?
Well, if you look at a glass of milk, we have a glass of milk right here with us, and a glass of milk has about 1/3 of your day's calcium intake. And that's because milk is fortified with calcium. There's other foods out there such as orange juice or cereals, or you could even just take supplements. But as long as you get your recommended 1,000 milligrams of calcium a day, then you should be good. So if you want to cut out dairy, no problem. Make sure you find other ways, such as fresh vegetables, supplements, or other fortified foods to get it. But it's not just calcium, because calcium needs its friend, and its friend is vitamin D. And vitamin D is usually not found in foods. It's usually fortified in such as things like cereal or even milk, or you have to take supplement, or you have to go out in the sun.
Sunshine, right.
So it's not just the calcium, it's also the vitamin D that work together to get you those strong bones.
So it's the combination of, let's say, the sunshine and the glass of milk that can really help you sustain the proper amounts of calcium and vitamin D you need in your system.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is very important for women, because 80% of women are going to deal with osteoporosis, which is weakened bones. And so when you're younger and you're not getting your enough calcium and enough vitamin D, again, you may not notice a change now, but down the road, when you become postmenopausal and your estrogen levels go down, what you're going to notice is that you're going to have frailer bones. So you may start off with osteopenia, which is a weakening of the bones, and then osteoporosis, which puts you at risk for fractures.
Okay.
So when you get a fracture of one of your bones, it's going to suck, and there's really no way to reverse that damage, so you have to make the changes now. So all these diets are great, but you have to do it with a friend, and that is either your nutritionist or your physician.
What about certain types of dairy? When you talk about the milk, is it better to have low fat, full fat, non-fat? And, I'm sure there's certain kinds of dairy products, ice cream, certain cheeses, the good stuff.
You're right. So you mentioned, people are doing it to lose weight. Well, skim milk and regular milk should have the same amount of fortified calcium. So if that's a personal decision whether you want to remove that excess fat. But actually, now fat is good.
Yeah.
And actually sugar is bad. So there's all these changes out there. But it's important that, again, that you get your required, daily supplements. And you got to read the labels. So if you look at this, I'm taking a 1-a-day vitamin, no problem. But this only gives you 200 milligrams of calcium. And you need 1,000 milligrams of calcium to get your day's amount. And at the same time, if you take all your supplements together, because a lot of this stuff is metabolized and absorbed in your stomach, it's not going to take everything. So that's why sometimes when we recommend calcium for women, we recommend that they divide it in the morning and the evening. So these are all things that you can't really find on Google or online or social media. You got to go see someone. So doing these diets is great. I'm not going to say no to you if you come in and say, I want to do this diet, but we're going to make sure that you're doing it the right way and getting the supplementation that you need.
All right, Dr. B, great advice. Always good to see you. Where can people find you?
You can find me, Dr. Jamin Brahmbhatt, on all social media at Dr. Jamin B.
And he is seriously on social media, I will say that. Time now to check in with Brooks Tomlin to get a look at your forecast.